Absent father, 50M, is desperate to be at my 18F HS graduation. Hello everyone. As the title states, my absent father, 50SM, is desperate to be at my 18F HS graduation. Our relationship has always been sour. Ever since I was young, my father has never made it a priority to be in my life. Whether it was attending school recitals or having the money to pay for back-to-school items, he always had an excuse as to why he couldn't be present. I am now more than capable of forming my own opinions about him. I think about all of the times I have been socially and economically disadvantaged in comparison to the rest of my peers because my mother had to often work 2 jobs to take care of me. He threw us out of his home when got mad one day. We were searching for homes, and luckily we were able to get a house in time. Anyways, these past few years he has been making constant attempts at rekindling a relationship with me. He often calls sobbing and distressed. However, I've moved on and healed from all of the resentment that this situation and his absence has caused me over the years. Not once has he verbally apologized to me about his wrongdoings, and generally he is an unpleasant person to be around. Fast forward to now, graduation is right around the corner and everyone wants an invite to my graduation, which is nice because it shows me that I have a lot of support. However, I want to be very intentional with who I'm inviting. Only the people who have had a meaningful impact on my life will be extended an invitation. So now my father wants a graduation invitation, and he either calls my sibling to get into contact with me, I have him blocked BTW, or he contacts my mom, she's LC with him unless it's about a backlog of child support payments he owes between me and my sibling, or my half-sibling, NC tries to get in contact with me, currently blocked as well. Anyways, the pressure is boiling and is making me stressed, and I just hope information about my graduation location doesn't get leaked, or that my mom and sibling don't give him a graduation entry ticket, from pressure that this situation might push him over the edge. He still doesn't pay CS on time or consistently, but this situation might anger him further to completely not paying at all. But if that's the case, my mother would just have to go to court again, unfortunately. So I'm asking you all, how I should go about this situation. Should I continue no contact and silently dissolve this relationship? Should I call him and tell him he's not invited? Tell him I no longer want to continue this relationship any further? I'm genuinely not interested in continuing my relationship with him any further, but the pressure between the excessive calling from him and half-sibling is getting to me, and also a part of me feels guilty for cutting this relationship off. But I truthfully want to move on from this relationship so I can flourish and move on with the rest of my life. Too long did not read. Absent father, 50SM, is desperate to go to my 18F HS graduation. The pressure between excessive calling from him and half-sibling is getting to me, and I desperately want to end this relationship with him, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Please do not reblog any of my post information off this subreddit, and the Reddit platform. Thank you. A part of me feels guilty for cutting this relationship off. What relationship? There is a difference between sperm donors and fathers. And it sounds like your father was a sperm donor. What you're supposed to do in order for him to stop harassing you about an invite. I don't know him, but if you think a stern talking to, where you make it clear that he is not invited or welcome, will do the trick, go for it. You could send him a letter if you don't want to talk to him. Talk him you aren't interested in continuing a relationship. What's the concern about doing it? Why is he so desperate? What's changed, since your entire life? I'd send him a letter. You can revise and redraft it so it expresses how you feel. Keep a copy. Remind your family that this is your decision and ask them to limit their involvement to saying to your father, "This is X's decision. She is entitled to make her own decision and I am going to respect that, as should you." He doesn't get to reap the benefits of your successes. If you feel like telling him or writing a letter you can, but it's really up to you. I can't believe he calls you crying. What a piece of shit. My girlfriend, 21 female, lied to me, 21 male, for 6 months. I recently found out my girlfriend of 6 months lied to me about something that happened before we were dating. To start, we've had a relatively good relationship with very few arguments and many good memories. One of those memories being our first date at a golf course. We had been talking for over a month before I took her, but we were never an official thing. The night before our first date, she hooked up with another guy. I had absolutely no idea this happened and I probably would have never found out. But something felt off in my gut, and about 2 months into dating I asked her if she'd done anything while we were in our talking stage and she said no. Yesterday she finally came clean to me and told me what happened and apologized and said she was very drunk and barely even remembers it. I know she went out with her friends that night, but her texts to me throughout the night were well typed out and I could tell she was sober enough to make her own decisions. Now I'm pretty upset she lied to me and hooked up with him, but the part I'm most upset about is that she told me she loved me for the first time that night. And hours later she was in bed with another guy. I'm not really sure how to feel right now. She's shown me a lot of love and made me happy over these past 6 months, but I just can't get this out of my head. I also would have never known had she not come clean and been honest with me. Part of me wishes she never told me. Should I stay with her? Should I try to talk to her and work something out? I'm lost at this point and maybe someone else on here has gone through something similar and could help guide me to a desirable solution. I really just need advice on some possible next steps. So if I'm understanding the timeline correctly, she told you she loved you on your guy's first date? That didn't raise any flags to you? Yeah, tough one. The fact she has had causal, meaningless sex isn't a good sign for pursuing a romance with her, but you're right that the fact that she told you she loved you makes it worse. She told you she loved you, but her actions showed the exact opposite. Don't know what you should do to pursue happiness. Telling you she loved you before you had been on a date sure sounds like a drunk text to me. Look, especially if you guys got together physically on that date right after she got loaded up from a random the night before. Doesn't scream love to me. But that's just me. Her allegedly loving you won't stop her from fucking another guy. What does that tell you? Don't waste more time on her. She is not trustworthy, nor is she worth for you to pursue a serious relationship with her. Broke up with someone I love, 25M. How do I, 28M, cope? A few days ago my partner, 25M, and I, 28M, broke up despite the fact we love each other and have an amazing relationship because I can't cope with the way his family treats me and him. He's working on setting boundaries with them but can't do it yet, trauma-related. We discussed this being an issue many times during our relationship. We were together for just over a year. I have CPTSD and am extremely sensitive to certain situations and personality types. Some of his family members trigger my CPTSD. The part that makes me feel so guilty and so sick that I could vomit is that we broke up the day after his birthday because we had dinner with his family and I realized that these issues aren't going to change anytime soon and I can't handle it anymore. I hadn't planned on breaking up. I just wanted to talk about it and we decided to just end things after talking about it. I feel horrible. I absolutely love him and don't want this to be how it is, but his family clearly don't like me and I can't mask the fact that it upsets me anymore. He's not ready to set boundaries with them or let me defend myself in front of them. How do I cope without the person I love? How am I supposed to deal with the fact that my trauma has ruined this for me? And he can't possibly be happy with someone that can't be around his family, even though he says he loves me too and doesn't want to break up. Mental health should obviously always come first, but this hurts so much. Too long did not read. I love my ex-boyfriend but can't be around his family because they trigger my CPTSD and I don't know how to cope without the person I love in my life. You get through it one breath, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. And if you can afford it, therapy might help. Was there a comment deleted here or is my app stuffing up? Because I got a notification that there was a message about my post history but I can't find it to reply. Honestly, he's already married to his mom, so you have no future with him. It never occurred to you to just not spend time around his family? Part of dating is learning about the person. You learned that he needs a partner who can be close to his family. That's not you. That's why we date. It's not a guarantee that the person you date will be the one. If you can't meet his needs, then you are right to leave. Now you need to do the right thing and leave him be. Your needing contact with him is damaging you both. You will not find the right person if you're still in close contact with your ex. Boyfriend, 33M, has been cheating on me, 27F, for nearly a year with his BM. Basically what the title says. We have been living together from the very beginning and I've been around his young daughter as well. I honestly never thought he would do this to me. I only found out because he had a drinking bender and left, then came back to me, and she messaged me telling me about it. He admitted to it when I confronted him. I've never been cheated on before, so I'm not sure how to respond. He said it was maybe 10 times and purely physical because it was easy. He said I wouldn't understand because I'm not a man, but it's just different. There's no attraction or love there. And he loves me and feels like a piece of shit and is going to change. Stop drinking, all of it. His dad died around a year and a half ago and I think that had a big effect on him. He's also a veteran, which comes with its own problems. He and his BM were never in a relationship. He just saw her as sex. And he's conflicted because he knows his daughter is not being taken care of properly and wants to be with her full time. Obviously there's a lot of info missing, and I don't feel like going through it all. I know I'm stupid for letting him stay, but this is my life. Him and his daughter are my world. I can't just give up on that. We've been in love from the very first day and I know he truly loves me, he just fucked up, bad. Someone talk some sense into me. Girl, 10 times is not only, 10 times is not just a fuck up. You deserve better. Leave him and find better. You can't come back from that in a blended family. You'll never trust him. The dynamic will always be off. You'll have to see the person he cheated on you with all the time and they will have to be in contact for the rest of your lives. You'll always be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sorry. He feed up bad 10 times. It doesn't sound like alcohol made him chest. It sounds like the alcohol is what made him honest. So him quitting that may be a problem. Nonetheless, he and his daughter may be your world. But don't forget his BM is his world. And right now she seems to be a bigger part than just simply baby's mother. You can do what you want, but just know that from here on out you have no one to blame but yourself. SMH. It's not different for men and women. Jesus, why are you still sitting there? End this relationship. Because that will be his excuse every time. He going to have baby moms all over the place. He doesn't feel guilty, doesn't care. He just saying what you want to hear. You are right, you are stupid for letting him stay, and when he does it again and gets this one pregnant, don't worry, it's what men do. I'd be embarrassed as hell if I was you. Good luck though, because it will happen again, if not with her, with someone else. You can do what you want, but from here on out you have no one to blame for being cheated on than yourself, as you're enabling him. Good luck, hope you make him wear protection so you don't catch anything. You know you deserve better, so stop accepting the bare minimum. Then get used to being cheated on, over and over. Because you presented him with absolute proof you are a doormat. Your daughter deserves better from you.